Hi, how are you doing? This is Pastor Cheryl. I'm at the meditation garden. Um, Goose Hollow Meditation Garden. I told you that I would do some filming down here, and I came down here to straighten it up. It's every spring, it's kind of a mess. The chairs blow all over, even though we stack them. And this year we've had some vandalism. Some kids have punched holes in some of the tables and broke some of the chairs. So I want you to see what the garden looks like. Okay. And you see the cross? The namer made that. And some children left a ghost and a flower up there for me. And so we get kids out here that play, and at least it's a safe place for them to play. And I'm trying to see, oh, there I am. But anyway, we were going to read the rest of John 8 about the light and the dark. Whoops. And I have to find it here again. Was just there. John 8. And give me a moment here. And this is a New Testament that it's meant to be carried in the purse. And so anyway, Jesus spoke. We're starting with verse 12. Um, John 8. Jesus spoke to them again. I am the light of the world. Anyone who follows me will never walk in the darkness. Darkness means sin. You know, sin is a lifestyle. Um, but will have the light of life. So the Pharisees said to him, you are testifying about yourself. Your testimony is not valid. Then, if I testify about myself, um, Jesus replied, my testimony is true because I know where I came from and where I'm going. But you don't know where I came from or where I'm going. You judge by human standards, and I judge no one. And that's true. Jesus judges no one. That's just his nature. If you judge by human standards, I judge no one. And if I do judge, my judgment is true because it is not I alone who judge. I am, but I and the Father who sent me. Even your law, it is written that testimony of two witnesses is true, and I am the one who testifies myself, and the Father who sent me testifies about me. You know neither me or my Father. Jesus answered, you know me, you knew me, you would also know my Father. He spoke the words by the treasury while teaching in the temple, but no one seized him because his hour had not yet come. Okay, first of all, this particular passage, is very poetic. And like I said, John is very poetic. And here, maybe I should turn this up here. It might be easier for me to handle. But the book of John is written by John the Apostle and his followers, and we don't know who they were. And so that particular passage is written in a different style than everybody else. It's kind of poetic and it's kind of a different style. We really honestly don't know. Um, but the passages prior to that about Jesus at a festival, we think was added by someone else that knew John. And so they compiled John's works after um, while he was getting everything publicized. I believe John was the only one really not killed. He lived to be a ripe old age. The rest of the apostles were all killed. Horrible deaths. Horrible. Like they were boiled in oil, hung upside down, crazy stuff like that. And you would think, what would incite such hatred in someone if they're teaching about love and caring, respecting one another? What would that what would you can't figure that one out. But we will discuss the concept of light, the concept of the light of Christ, the light of God, the light, and it's just sort of like shines forth and shows everything. And there's no darkness there. You can see everything in the light. But the darkness stays hidden. And so that is their concept of sin. Sin stays, you want to hide things that you're embarrassed about, right? You want to hide things. And so that is their concept of darkness. It makes it very poetic and quite lovely. Um, I discovered that this phone will let me record about 10, 11 minutes and it turns off, and then it starts kind of a new little chapter where I could record some more. And I was quite surprised that it did that. So we will go up to 10 minutes here. And so, but yeah, you could see there's kind of a highway up there. You see a truck. And so, but this is a pleasant little spot here. And I think whoever came in here and kind of messed up the garden is going to notice that someone's been here straightening things up. I left some sparkling water. I thought it was water till I tasted it and I went, oh, goodness, I was totally surprised. And so I brought down a small case of that. This is Ozarka Simply Bubbles. It was given to me. Okay. It was just, I'm not even seeing it here. And so anyway, and then my tools are gone. And I'm wondering if the neighbor has that. He did that last spring. I put in 300 daffodil bulbs. See if I can get up here. And I'm going to have to bring down some more chairs. Every year we go through chairs. They break in the wintertime. The wind blows. But this is the first time some kids actually punched holes in tables. They don't realize that, things cost money. See? I put 300 of these out here. And they kind of bloom when they feel like it in the spring. And so, do you see the field of them? I wanted to have a field of these. Sounds crazy, right? And we got a little fire that we start here, and we burn the twigs. We burn the twigs. And this is what we do in the spring. In the back, we have a few pets buried here. This one, we called her Precious because someone left her dead in a cage. Can you imagine someone doing that to their dog? This one was hit by a car. And this was my sister's dog. Creamer, after a bad hair day. He was a big standard poodle. I really admired that dog. I really liked him a lot. And so, but it looks like we're running out of time here. You can see the chapel from back there, my stuff. I put out the flags, so we're ready to go. So we are ready to go. And this for, this year. Here we go. Pray for the earth. And then we got one up there that says welcome, and the other one says open. So people know. And I run a lot of ads. And so Oh, and a lot of people can't even find this place even after I run ads. And I draw maps. And the neighbor back there, but see the house back there? We've got a guy that's, I think he's mentally disturbed. And it's a nice way of saying it. And he had the road closed to coming here. But, we come anyway. How else do you? He actually had the road closed. And he's strange. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.